What's better than a good story with an awesome superhero in it? Naturally, I would be inclined to say some sort of a team-up. We all enjoy seeing our favorite characters join forces, whether it's Iron Man and War Machine, or Spider-Man and the Human Torch, Green Arrow and Black Canary. I love a good team-up, and after all, two brains are better than one, right? But not all team-ups are perfect. Some can be an absolute train wreck. Enter the dynamic duo of Batman and Joker. Welcome back, my fellow comic book friends, to Comic Casper. This is another spoiler-free review of The Batman and the Joker, the Deadly Duo, the Deluxe Edition. So let's kick it. This collected edition is written and illustrated by Mark Silvestri, with colors done by R.F. Prianto. If you are familiar with this style of format of collected edition, you will know it shares the dimensions of a standard omnibus and is slightly larger than a standard modern comic book. This collection includes the entire run, which is composed of 7 issues. And as is typical of this style of collected editions, we are treated to an assortment of extras outside of the main story, such as a cover gallery and a slew of gorgeous sketches, and they really are incredible. The collected edition clocks in at 248 pages, comes at a retail price of $29.99 US with a publication date of 14th November 2023. I'm a big fan of the pages. They're just the right thickness and semi-glossy, allowing the images to pop. This title comes under the DC Black Label imprint. Many series released by DC Black Label focus on characters from the DC universe, with new, darker, more mature stories or complete reinventions on the characters. Black Label stories do not always have to exist outside of the main universe canon. Sometimes they are folded into the main canon, so keep that in mind. If you are not familiar with Mark Silvestri, he has been in the comic book industry for a very long time. In 1992, he became one of the original 7 artists to form the breakaway comics company Image Comics. Silvestri's stable of titles was published under the imprint Top Cow, with the first title released being Cyberforce. Some of his other notable works consist of The Darkness and Witchblade. Now, personally, I may have seen Silvestri's work in passing throughout my journey of comic book reading, but never really got to experience what he's all about until now. I gotta say, my first impression of his work is pretty positive. The premise of the story is as follows. Harley Quinn has been abducted, stolen away from the Joker by some mysterious culprit, whilst unsettling murders are taking place in the streets of Gotham. Jim Gordon is also missing. The Joker proposes an uneasy alliance with the Batman, and thus the deadly team-up commences. The mystery of the story carries itself quite nicely and keeps me hooked all the way through to the climatic revelation. Batman and the Joker Deadly Duo presents us with a great many possible outcomes. It disturbs with a very real look at what circumstances could draw 2 of the greatest rivals in fiction into teaming up. It treats us to a bright potential narrative, all set to stunning and stern artwork that has made this feel like the most Batman story I've read. It's bold, action-packed, giving us a rich detective narrative wrapped up in the rounded and real look of Gotham. There is solid pacing, plotting, and dialogue throughout the whole experience. Silvestri also delivers some beautifully detailed art throughout the issues, with visuals that are exciting and brilliantly utilize the darkness of the city to its advantage. As beautiful as the artwork is, the colorist, R.F. Prianto, also deserves a great deal of praise for his ability to bring all this imagery to life. His understanding of light and dark is just incredible. Take this for example, a crime scene taking place, detectives holding torchlights, and we see as the light rays bounce off surfaces and illuminate their surroundings. It simply is breathtaking. I think Silvestri's heavy hatchwork inking makes the buildings and the people feel weathered and eroded, yet we don't lose any of the strangely fantastical elements we expect from Batman comics. The impossible architecture feels right out of a Tim Burton movie, and the Batcave has jagged, uneven rocks that make it feel like an actual cave, whilst still having the fantastical elements of the iconic T-Rex and giant penny. These kinds of clashes shouldn't really work together, but just feel so correct. The story manages to take creepy to all new levels, escalating a regular run-of-the-mill Batman and Joker team-up comic to a sinister and almost demonic display. Deadly Duo is a comic series that gave me what I really want from a Batman comic, without ever pandering to my desires. A strong detective tale blended carefully with high stakes and cluttered with creativity and fresh new plot threads. The look at how Batman thinks and rightly keeps to his code when allied with the worst evil in DC Comics is handled perfectly. The prestige format is ideal for the art, and a regular single-issue comic just wouldn't do it justice. Whilst it's not a perfect story, it satisfied my craving for a solid Batman tale. Now, if you're wondering if you need any background reading before jumping into this title, the answer is no. Now, in a market where we aren't starved for Batman comics, one might question whether or not to buy this one. Well, the simplest, easiest answer is it has fantastic art, powerful designs, a unique story, and solid character voices. All fans can hop on board with and enjoy. Now I'll let you decide if that's worth your time.